What's up, everybody? It's Friday, headed into the weekend. Got this story. If you didn't see it, it's yesterday's news. Just want to read a little bit of it. I'm not going to get into it too deep. Just spend a minute or two on it, just again to bring awareness. I'm not even going to comment on it much, but just to say it doesn't really matter to me because I don't plan to get the vaccine anyway. Maybe down the road, or if the overlords force me, then maybe I'll have to do it. At least 36 people develop blood disorder, and a doctor dies after receiving Pfizer or Moderna vaccines, as experts probe potential link between shots and the rare condition. At least 36 cases of thrombocytopenia after the 19 vaccination have been reported in the US. One person, a previously healthy Miami doctor, aged 56, died of the blood disorder which causes platelet counts to drop, preventing blood from clotting. Thrombocytopenia has occurred after other shots, but it is exceedingly rare and not yet clear whether vaccines could cause it. So they're trying to say that perhaps there isn't any kind of correlation. Skip ahead a little bit. It says, so far, the platelet-suppressing condition appears exceedingly rare, affecting just 36 people out of 43 million doses administered in the US. And scientists theorize that only a small fraction of the population may have some predisposition that could lead vaccines to trigger the blood disorder. So 36 people out of 43 million, you can do the math on that. Of 15 people included in a forthcoming study, only one had a recent history of low platelet counts, and there were no clear common threads that predict who might be the very few to develop thrombocytopenia after vaccination. But with the exception of Dr. Michael, all others so far have recovered after treatment. So they all lived, huh? Here you see the daily vaccinations. Looks like it fell off recently. It goes on to talk a little bit more about cytopenia here. If you want to learn more about this, go ahead and pause it here. I'm going to wrap it up. Again, I just wanted to bring that to your attention. The numbers look pretty small. Let's go on to the story that I am more interested in than this. Texas girl 8 finds body of 12-year-old brother after he offed himself because of the lockdowns, left him feeling lonely. Hayden Hunstable took his own life in April last year. Shortly after the pandemic began, his father Brad didn't see any warning signs prior to the tragedy. Mental health is a growing concern for children and adults during the 19. Really? Hunstable has started an organization in Hayden's honor to bring light to mental health problems being suffered from lockdowns and loneliness. I'm not going to hate, but I would just say every time somebody dies, it seems like the parent always wants to start some kind of organization. So there's so many different kind of fractured, smaller organizations. They need to coalesce. That being said, everybody wants to have their kid's name be the name, right? That is on the lips of everybody when they talk about the foundation. And I certainly get that, but together, you could probably be stronger than having these little fractured groups. As I said, there's Hayden. That's his sister, I would imagine. Yep, Kinlee. So that's her that they're talking about above. Here's the dad. He's already got the Hayden's Corner shirt on. Not sure why he's smiling at the gravesite. Wonder if he was going for a bunch of likes on Instagram with this photo. Again, not being a hater, but I probably wouldn't be smiling at the gravesite of my kid if he had just passed recently. COVID killed my son. Brad said to Metro UK, I think Hayden would still be alive today if COVID had never happened. Brad said there was no sign that Hayden was depressed or planning to take his own life. Prior to the pandemic, Brad described Hayden as a social kid and someone who loved football. I had no idea he was struggling or depressed. He was such a happy kid and loved his friends and family. But COVID is a perfect storm for suicide and depression. I think everything just got on top of him. He felt overwhelmed, and he made a tragic decision. My daughter ran downstairs and said Hayden has hung himself. I ran up there. Pulled him down and tried to save him, Brad continued. I performed CPR, but I couldn't save him. He was gone. There you see Brad and Hayden. Look like they're having a good time at these various places. I saw something horrific that day, and I don't wish it upon anybody. I still get nightmares about it. Brad says that Hayden struggled with the isolation that came with virtual learning and not being able to see his friends regularly. Hayden also may have been triggered after breaking a new computer monitor, which was not discovered until after his death. It was the second computer monitor Hayden may have broken in recent months. I don't know if he was scared about getting into trouble, of anxious about not being able to speak to his friends and ruining his birthday, Brad said. He either did it in impulsive anger, or he got himself in a situation he couldn't get out of. Brad has since tried to turn the tragedy into something more hopeful in Hayden's honor. He has launched Hayden's Corner, an organization dedicated to bringing awareness to parents and children alike about mental health issues. That's what I said before, not to be a hater or to sound negative, but how many organizations like this are there? As I said, it's kind of the ego thing. Every parent wants to think their child is the most important thing in the whole world and everybody needs to know their name. And that's true. The kid to that family is the most important thing. Seems to me like you'd be more effective getting all of these individuals, all these fractured groups into one kind of mega organization that really would help get the word out more. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong on that, but strength in numbers, right? I'm on a mission to solve youth suicide, Brad said. Parents need to have conversations with their kids about their feelings. According to the CDC, suicide is the second leading cause of death among adolescents. Mental health is a growing concern for all age groups across the world as the CV continues to devastate the population and alter the lifestyles of everyone. Meanwhile, Brad continues to share his story and honor Hayden as best he can. Hayden's a hero because I think he has already saved so many people across the world. I just hope I can do him justice. And like I said, it's kind of the ego thing. Whenever somebody forms one of these organizations or puts out a message, they always try to put it in the most positive light. And what else would you expect from a parent who's grieving from the loss of their child? The reality is that he's probably not a hero, and he probably hasn't saved anybody's life. I think it's good in a way that when you're a parent and you have this traumatic thing happen with the loss of a child, that you have something to grasp onto, some kind of memory. And so in that sense, yeah, it's definitely a positive thing to have that organization, but perhaps Hayden's Corner could be a subgroup under the larger organization. He probably hasn't saved anyone, but that's beside the point. The point is it helps his parents and his family to think that he has. And if that helps get them through things, then that's great. That's the best thing that could come from this. Now, in terms of Hayden, they talk here about the broken monitor. Just speculating here. They said it's the second one. You wonder if maybe it was kind of a video game issue. I just say that because as a kid, I would throw my controller like an idiot. Broke a window one time. Got that ass wore out, that's for sure. Had to work that dead off. You wonder if it was a situation like that or he got angry and did it on purpose. He just had had enough, right? We'll never know. Unfortunate, definitely. Stories like this are things that have happened a lot. All they ever usually talk about is the numbers of people that have succumbed to the disease or sometimes maybe not to the disease. This is happening and it doesn't get any better. It's not going to get better because we keep hearing, let me backtrack that a little bit. We keep hearing, oh, well, the numbers are coming down, things are coming down. You saw the chart in the previous segment. People are getting vaccinated, but then you hear, on the other hand, they keep talking about a second mask, a third mask, taking this thing out into winter. Bill Gates said something about not getting back to normal until 2022. What does that mean? I don't know. I don't know. Closing schools is not only about learning, it's about friendship and socialization. That is the greater harm. Well said. What on earth could cause children this young to even contemplate suicide? At that age, it was not in the realm of my thoughts or ideas. Sad times we are living in. That's a great comment. What about his life made him think about that? Did he have some kind of seen it somewhere? heard about it on the net. And I'm not blaming those places, of course. I'm just saying, as a kid, where would you come across suicide? You see it in a movie? Did you hear your parents talk about it? His friends joke about it? I don't know. What a tragedy. I think there might be more to this story, but regardless, may he R.I.P. One of the saddest stories I've read in a long time. The poor sister and father, that image of the brother hanging will haunt them forever. So tragic. And I agree. My guess would be more so on the sister. The dad, obviously, as an adult, but the girl, 8 at the time, how's she really going to process that? That's all I got, everybody. It's definitely a sad state of affairs. And as I was talking about, you hear the numbers about people dead or people saved. You don't hear so much about this. And I've had conversations with some of you across the various platforms I post a video on. You get it. But this is the hidden thing here that they don't want you to know about so much. Thanks for watching, everybody. Take care, be well. And coming up on the weekends, I know, but if you're able to, just get outside. Get outside on Saturday, Sunday, walk around, get some sun if you have some sun where you live. Just try to be out, even if it's not social, talking to other people. Just try to be out and be active and do whatever you can do to get your mind right. Take your dog for a walk, go out for a walk with your kids, your family, loved ones, and all that stuff. So have a good weekend, everybody. Take care.